Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Wednesday. We got 12 matchups on this NBA slate today. Super busy slate. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on NBA player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with ParlayPlay. Get 5 free entries when you guys sign up. So go ahead and check that out and get in on the action. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Probably one of the busiest slates we've had in a while, so a lot of good action on the board here. Starting with the Boston Celtics versus the Charlotte Hornets. Boston opening up as 7.5-point road favorites with the over-under at 227. The last 10 head-to-head, Boston is 7-3, 6-4 covering the spread. The overs hit in 5 out of the last 10 matchups. Boston 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Charlotte 4-6 in their last 10. They're 2-3 in their last 5. Boston 16-4 against Charlotte. 9-3 covering on the road against Charlotte. Charlotte, just 2-9 at home, not getting it done at home. Yeah, I like Boston here. They've looked good. Been playing phenomenal on a nice little win streak. And yeah, give me Boston money line and -7.5. I'm not in love with the spread, to be honest, so be cautious with the spread, but we're rolling with the Celtics on the road. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Bulls versus the Detroit Pistons. Bulls opening up as 6-point road favorites with the over-under at 226. The last 10 head-to-head, Chicago is 10-0, 9-0-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 2 out of the last 10 matchups. Chicago on a 5-game losing streak right now. Detroit on a 3-game winning streak. Chicago 5-0 covering against Detroit. Detroit 4-1 in their last 5. They're 4-1 covering the spread. They're actually playing pretty good basketball here. But coming off wins over Atlanta, Indiana, not the greatest wins. I like the Bulls on the road off a bounce back on a 5-game losing streak. I think they get it together against this Detroit team that is playing pretty good here. But I think it's a good turnaround spot for the Bulls. Rolling with the Bulls money line and spread on the road. Next matchup, we have the Phoenix Suns versus the Miami Heat. Heat opening up as 8.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 217.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Miami is 6-4, 6-4 covering the spread. The overs hit in 7 out of the last 10 matchups. Looks like Devin Booker is good to go, which is a really good sign. Phoenix 7-3 in their last 10. Miami 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game win streak. Phoenix, surprisingly, coming off a nice one over the Magic. They've been able to play pretty well without Devin Booker. And they've been without Chris Paul for a while. They're 13-2 on the road, getting it done on the road. Miami 17-3 at home. 8.5 points, man. I bet there's going to be some line movement throughout the day. But Devin Booker is coming back. Give me the Suns plus 8.5. That's just too many points. I'm thinking there's got to be some line movement here because there's really no other injuries for the Suns here. And giving 8.5 points to a Suns team with Devin Booker, I'm going to take that all day long. Rolling with the Suns plus the points. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Hawks versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks opening up as 5.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 237. The last 3 head-to-head, Atlanta is 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The over has hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. Atlanta 5-5 in their last 10. Milwaukee 6-4 in their last 10. Milwaukee on a 5-game winning streak right now. Atlanta just 1-9 on the road against Milwaukee. Milwaukee 9-1 at home against Atlanta. Yeah, taking the Bucks here. They're playing good basketball. Got a nice little 5-game win streak here. And I definitely think they can make it 6 against the Heat at home, or against the Hawks at home. So yeah, we'll take the Bucks -5.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Houston Rockets. The Lakers opening up as 4-point road favorites with the over-under at 232.5. The last 10 head-to-head, the Lakers are 10-0, 7-3 covering the spread. The overs hit in 4 out of the last 10 matchups. I do see LeBron is questionable, so be sure to check his status. That's definitely an important piece if he ends up missing. The Lakers just 2-8 in their last 10. Houston 1-9 in their last 10. Both teams playing very badly here, and Houston 2-16 at home. As long as LeBron plays in this matchup, give me the Lakers spread and money line on the road. Next matchup, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota opening up as 14.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 229.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Minnesota is 3-0, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. Minnesota got a lot of guys questionable. Patrick Beverley, Russell, Prince, Vanderbilt, Edwards, all questionable in this matchup. OKC 3-7 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They did play Minnesota a couple games ago, losing that matchup 138-101. Minnesota on a 5-game winning streak. They're playing great. 5-0 covering the spread, 11-2 at home. Yeah, give me the Timberwolves here. 14.5 is a lot because they do have a lot of question marks coming into this matchup, so be cautious with that spread. But definitely throw the Timberwolves in your money line parlays at home. Next matchup, we have the Orlando Magic versus the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans opening up as 8-point home favorites with the over-under at 221.5. The last 3 head-to-head, the Pelicans are 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in each of the last 3 matchups. Brandon Ingram is questionable for the Pelicans, so be sure to check his status. The Magic just 3-7 in their last 10. Pelicans 4-6 in their last 10. Both teams on a 2-game losing streak. The Pelicans 4-2 covering the spread right now. I like the Pelicans at home. I'm not in love with that spread, honestly, especially if Brandon Ingram does end up missing. But I do like the Pelicans at home. Be cautious with the spread. And we're taking the Pelicans here at home. Next matchup, we have the New York Knicks versus the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs opening up as 8-point home favorites with the over-under at 215.5. The last 10 head-to-head, the Knicks are 6-4, 6-4 covering the spread. The overs hit in 2 out of the last 10 matchups. No Nerlens Noel, Cam Reddish, Toppin, and Grimes are all out. No major injuries for the Mavs. Jalen Brunson is questionable. He did miss the last game. The Knicks 3-7 in their last 10. They're on a 2-game win streak. The Mavs 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 5-game win streak, coming off a nice win over the Jazz. Dallas 7-1 in their last 8. 7-1 covering the spread right now. Yeah, you already know we're rolling with the Mavs at home. Not in love with the spread. I think the Knicks could sneakily cover here, but I do think it's going to be hard to beat the Mavs at home. On a nice little win streak here, playing great basketball. Give me the Mavs money line at home, and then be cautious with that 8-point spread. Next matchup, we have the Toronto Raptors versus the San Antonio Spurs. The Raptors opening up as a 1-point road favorite with the over-under at 228.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Toronto is 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in each of the last 3 matchups. Fred VanVleet is good to go, so that's a good sign for them. Toronto on a 3-game losing streak right now. The Spurs 5-5 in their last 10. They're 1-4 in their last 5. Spurs surprisingly are 11-1 at home against Toronto. That's an interesting stat. I like Toronto moneyline on the road. Getting Fred VanVleet back is a huge addition to this Toronto roster. There's not much, it's just a pick'em scenario with a 1-point spread. I'm going to take the better team, the better pieces, rolling with the Raptors on the road. Next matchup, we have the Denver Nuggets versus the Sacramento Kings. Denver opening up as a 4.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 237. The last 3 head-to-head, Denver is 3-0, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. Denver 9-1 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game win streak. Sacramento just 3-7 in their last 10. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They played Denver in back-to-back games a few weeks ago, losing both of those matchups. Denver 6-0 covering the spread right now. They're playing really good on the road. Sacramento 4-2 covering in their last 6 games. Yeah, they're getting it done. Yeah, loving Denver minus 4.5 on the road. Playing good basketball. Rolling with the Nuggets here. Next matchup, we have the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Utah Jazz. The Jazz opening up as 17.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 221. The last 3 head-to-head, the Jazz are 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 1 out of the last 3 matchups. Portland, Anthony Simons is questionable. No Justice Winslow or Bledsoe. No injuries for the Jazz coming into this healthy. Portland on a 5-game losing streak. Jazz 7-3 in their last 10. Portland 0-5 covering the spread. Utah 7-0 at home here. Yeah, we're rolling with the Jazz. Portland coming off a 124-81 loss against Minnesota, which is kind of crazy. 17.5 points is a lot. Be cautious with that spread. I mean, that's insanely high. I know Portland got destroyed last game, and Jazz could easily win this game by 30. Just be cautious with the spread, and then throw the Jazz in your money line parlays at home. And then the last matchup, we have the Washington Wizards versus the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers opening up as 4.5-point home favorites with the over-under at 219. The last 10 head-to-head, Clippers are 7-3, 8-2 covering the spread. The overs hit in 8 out of the last 10 matchups. Washington 5-5 in their last 10. The Clippers 7-3 in their last 10. They're on a 2-game losing streak. The Clippers, though, 7-3 covering the spread right now. Clippers just 2-8 covering against the Clippers. I like the Clippers at home here. They're on a 2-game losing streak, but they've actually been playing pretty good basketball. And I'm going to roll with the Clippers money line and spread at home. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. I hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.